I'm creating problems by standing on a sidewalk. You got out of your car to get in my face right now.
In my window, up in my window.
You got out of your car to get in my face.
Can I help you with anything?
You can't help me with anything.
I need these officers. No? All right.
The answer is no? Okay.
Anybody else that happens to be in the area?
No, just on Facebook.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, sir.
Nothing. He's good. He's good. He just tapped me. I was just up there filming you guys. They arrested somebody.
Yeah.
And, you know.
When idiot cops think they can bully an educated citizen, they quickly find out how wrong they are. Across multiple encounters, these officers get outsmarted, exposed, and completely owned, sometimes so badly it costs them their jobs. What you're about to see isn't just a few mistakes, it's a pattern of arrogance colliding with knowledge, and the fallout is brutal. Watch until the end, because the firings are just getting started.
Hello.
Can I help you? Step away from the car, please.
Step away from the car?
Yeah.
What law says I have to?
Let me call you back. Give me some space.
Huh? Well, you...
For some reason, cops don't like people who know their civil rights. The better someone understands the law and its limits, the less control the police have over them. That's why when this man, a free journalist, decided to exercise his right to film public police vehicles, it didn't take long for the officers to show their true colors. And what unfolds next says everything about the fragile egos hiding behind some badges.
Street, downtown Oakland. Looks like he's sending an email to somebody. I wonder if he realizes his window's up. That's funny. We got another unit up there, about to go check them out in a minute.
It wasn't long before Officer Vance took the bait and did exactly what he wasn't supposed to do. Instead of ignoring the camera, which the law clearly should, Vance approached. When the man asked for his name and badge number, Vance gave him. Sounds good, right? Trust me, that was the only correct decision he made all night. Because what does he do next? Well, that's where things take a turn.
What you got going on, officer?
Report, sir. How can I help you?
You're doing a report?
Doing a traffic report. How can I help you?
Was there a stop here?
No, there's not a stop here.
Well, you had your emergency lights on. You said you were doing a report.
This is violent suppression for Chinatown.
Okay, well, that's all I was wondering what you were doing.
Violent suppression.
So it's just like a showing, not a show of force, but like a presence.
Some presence for those. We've had a lot of robberies here. We've been assaulted here. That's why you see the units there. We're spread out through Chinatown.
All right.
That's what we do. I'll be here until about 9:15.
Could I have your name, badge number?
Officer D. Vance, 9841.
D. Vance, 9841.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Supervisor?
I'm sorry?
You need to speak to a supervisor.
I don't need to. I mean, I always would like to, but I don't need to. There's not.
First, it almost looks like Officer Vance might use some common sense. He gave his badge number, he smiled, he even tossed out a "have a good night," but don't be fooled. That wasn't respect, it was calculation. A calm tone doesn't erase a power imbalance. And when these officers sense they're being filmed, the real mask always starts to slip, and once it slips, it doesn't come back easily.
I have an emergency.
Okay. You are welcome to film. I don't have a problem.
Oh, I know that.
I don't have a problem with you filming. I'll be here until 9:15. Doing overtime.
9:15 exactly?
About 9:15, yeah. 9:15 exactly.
All right, all right.
But I'll be here canvassing out the area. You see me on foot. You see me on the other side moving around. It's like 5 or 6 of us.
All right.
All right?
All right. Hey, I appreciate you being cool.
Hey, we're here to serve you.
All right. Hey, you have a good night. Yeah, so I don't mind being cool if they're cool, man. If they come off with the bully, disrespectful, oh, what are you doing? Get out of here. Then that's when I'm like, man, shut your bitch ass up. But I mean, I gotta return positive energy with positive energy. Unless You know, there's those certain circumstances where I could tell.
But Vance wasn't the only test that night. After moving on, the journalist set his sights on another unit, wondering if this officer would handle being recorded any better. Spoiler alert, most don't. Because when idiot cops get outsmarted by educated citizens, it doesn't end with just a bruised ego, it ends with getting owned on camera, sometimes even fired for it. And the next officer, well, he failed instantly.
Oh, they're being facetious. So, anyways. Right here, Franklin and 8th. So we're about to go check out this other unit, see what his reaction is. See if he passed the test.
And just like that, the mask came off completely. Officer Martinez didn't even pretend to be professional. He jumped straight to intimidation, stepping out of his personal space, barking orders that had zero legal foundation. All because someone dared stand on a public sidewalk holding a camera. And that camera caused every second of his meltdown.
Hello.
Can I help you? Step away from the car, please.
Step away from the car?
Yeah.
What law says I have to?
Let me call you back. Give me some space.
Huh? Well,
back
you
up, please. You can record all you want.
You
but
can
back-
open the door.
Okay, you can back up if all you want.
Don't touch me.
Get
Do
away-
not touch me.
Get away from my space.
What
Get
law
away
says
from my
I
space.
have to?
You know, it can't be in my space. You
What
do-
law says that?
I want my space.
Are you law enforcement
I
or
want
are
my
you space enforcement?
Back up a little bit.
No.
Okay? Don't be up in my
What
window
law
like
says,
that.
am I obstructing?
Yes, you are. You're in my space.
What investigation am I
You're in my
obstructing, officer?
space. Okay, you're up in my space. Give me my space.
M. Martinez?
Yes, you can step right over there, sir.
I'm
All
not
right?
stepping over. I'm
Get
on a
up.
public
Well,
sidewalk.
I'm gonna stand right here then.
That's fine by
Okay.
me.
All right, I'm gonna stand right here.
What a
Okay?
child.
You're just
I'm a
creating
what?
problems. Okay? You just
I'm creating problems by
Yes, you
standing
are.
on a sidewalk. You got out of your car to get in
You
my face right
are
now.
in my window, up in my
You
window.
got out of your car to
Never-
get in my face.
Can I help you with anything?
You can't help me with anything.
Then what do you want from me?
Nothing. I didn't
Okay.
ask you for shit.
But Martinez didn't just step over the line, he sprinted past it. Threats, insults, getting inches from the man's face like a schoolyard bully desperate to look tough, and when challenged, well, he dodged, deflected, and in a bizarre twist, asked if the man wanted to kiss him. Ego was in a full meltdown, and now backup was on the way. But would it fix anything?
Or what? What are you going to do about it?
You just want to disrespect me like
Or
that?
what? What are you going to do about it?
I'm not gonna do anything because
Exactly,
you know I'm not going
exactly. So
You-
shut the f up
You're
and get
just
in your
talking
car.
like that because
Shut the f up, get back in your car. Or what?
If I was out here in civilian clothes, you wouldn't do that. Just right now, you're
Is
doing
that a
for
threat, Martinez?
I'm telling you right
Is
now.
that a threat, Martinez?
I'm stating a
Yeah,
fact.
you ain't shit. You a. You
stating
want to
a
hide
fact.
behind that? You want to hide behind that
I'm
badge
not
and talk
hiding.
big? You got out of your
I'm not-
car to get in my
I am
face.
not- I'm not hiding.
You got out of your car to get in
Okay?
my face.
I'm not hiding from
You
anybody.
got
okay?
out of your car to get in my face.
So,
Who's your sergeant?
you want to talk to my sergeant?
Bring your sergeant.
Okay, I'll call him right now. Step
Right?
over there.
I ain't stepping over nowhere. I'm
Okay.
on a public sidewalk.
What is it that you want to talk to him about? What is it you
Do you
want
want
to
to
talk
kiss
him
me?
about? Huh?
Do you want to
talk
kiss
him
me?
about?
Do you
Okay?
want to kiss me? Why you so close to my face?
You came up to
I
my
was
car.
standing on a sidewalk. You got out of your car to get in my face.
Okay, I will.
Franklin and 9th turned onto the stage for a full-blown tantrum. Officer Martinez radioed for backup, but not because there was any danger. The man with a camera bruised his pride. He couldn't cite a single legal violation. He couldn't justify his behavior, but he sure knew how to act like a tough guy on the radio. And with the backup rolling in, the circus was just beginning.
We're in Oakland on Franklin and 9th Street. Oakland, Franklin and 9th Street. We got M. Martinez got out of his car to get in my face and tell me to move back even though I'm on a public sidewalk, bitch. What law am I breaking?
You gotta give me my space.
What law says that?
I
What
want
law
my
says
space.
that?
I want my space for my
I don't give a
safe.
f what you want. You're law enforcement.
So don't come up to my car like that, okay?
Or you're gonna do what?
I want to ask
or
you for
you're
my
gonna
space.
do
I'm
what?
gonna ask you for my space, okay? That's what I'm
Oh,
asking
now
about.
you're asking politely after you.
I'm not asking you politely. I'm telling you, I want my space.
Is that a lawful order? Is that a lawful order, Martinez?
Hey, from? Can I get a cover unit at
You need cover for a camera, you little. I need a cover unit. You got out of your car to get in my face and start an issue for nothing. You're up.
By now, Martinez had totally unraveled. He paced, postured, and threw out insults like candy at a parade. No lawful order, no calm leader, just pure emotional outbursts and childish jabs. And just as things seemed to hit a peak absurdity, guess who made a surprise return to the scene? Because things were about to get even dumber.
I need a cover unit for a camera.
I don't need
You're
a
a
cover.
worm. You are a worm.
I don't need a cover
You got
unit.
out of your car to
Okay.
get in my face and start a problem and act tough.
Okay. I'm not acting tough, all right?
Then
I'm
why
right
do you
here.
keep stepping up into my face?
Because I can, just like you can't stop
Oh,
over my
because you
car.
can. Okay.
All right? Just like that, okay?
You're a little homeboy.
Okay.
Yeah, it is okay, huh? I don't give a.
Neither do I, okay?
He got so close to my face like he wanted to kiss me or something. Do I look cute today? What's up, Vance? So, hey, you know, just to explain, see what happened over there? And then see how it turns out when I come over here and do the exact.
Martinez wasn't just mad, he was terrified of being exposed. Instead of handling the situation, he called in multiple backup units. Why? Well, because he has something to hide. Maybe. Or maybe he just couldn't stand the idea of being filmed. Whatever it was, one thing was clear. Officer Martinez didn't know the law well enough to be enforcing it.
I guess what y'all call the good and bad apples, huh? Who's supervisor?
He's on the way. Don't worry about
Shut the
it.
I ain't talking to
He's on his
you.
way.
Shut the
He's
up.
on the way.
I was standing here on a public sidewalk. He got out of his car to get in my face and tell me to move back. Even though there's no investigation here, I'm not breaking the law, and I'm on a public sidewalk, you dumb. Yeah, he took off because he knows ain't shit happening. You feel big and tough now? You feel big and tough now?
71, can you advise? 571, can you advise?
You can stare me in the eyeballs. Martinez is a little called backup for a camera. Martinez is a little.
Yeah, Sergeant. Come and talk to me. We gotta.
I'm not stepping away, sir. I appreciate you trying to mediate and do your job and de-escalate. I'm not going to take it any further than any.
It's funny how the loudest ones about law and order know the least about either. Martinez came out swinging, lecturing, threatening, blustering, but couldn't answer even one of the simplest legal questions when pressed. And when a badge feels bigger than the Constitution, it's a recipe for exactly the disaster you're watching unfold, and sadly, it's a lot more common than you might think.
Cussing him out because he's a little. He wanted to get out his car and start nothing. Start something for nothing. You supervisor? So, the reasonable officer, not to say you aren't, I haven't talked with you yet. Is there a law that says I can't stand where his foot is and record into his window on a public sidewalk? Is that breaking the law? I mean, you guys are law enforcement, you should be able to answer that.
I'm gonna wait for a supervisor.
Okay. Shut the f up, Martinez. Little. Got out of your car to get in my face. My name?
Yeah.
That's my name. Yeah, that's what I thought too. You wanted to get out your car, get in my face, and act tough and start a problem.
Okay.
I didn't tell you to get out of your car and do a face-to-face confrontation, did I?
My window, I told you.
Or what? Don't come up.
Some officers think enforcing the law means inventing it on the spot. Martinez started barking about space like it was written into law somewhere, but when asked for a statute, he had nothing. That's not authority, that's just noise, and when noise doesn't work, officers like him only get louder.
What?
Clearly, you don't
Or
want to listen to you.
what law says I have to give you space?
I want my space.
I don't give a what you want. You're law enforcement.
All right.
Enforce the law or shut the What law did I break? 9th Street, Harrison. Oh, now you want to step out of my face, huh? Now you want to step out of my face, huh? Am I disturbing? Am I obstructing anything? Or am I allowed to stand in public and exercise my constitutional rights without being bullied by an officer of the law? Supposed to be officer of the law. You want to enforce fake give me space laws. That's not a law. You're talking to the right one, because I know that's not a law. You stupid fuck. Yeah, it's not gonna be funny when I...
When cops start acting like bullies, it's no wonder trust in them collapses. Martinez flexed his uniform like it was a weapon, not a responsibility. If he weren't wearing that badge, none of the fake bravado would even exist. Real authority doesn't need shouting, it speaks for itself. And if this was their idea of violent suppression, somebody really misunderstood the job description.
All you want.
It isn't fine. This is not how you treat the public. Vance did a good job. Shut the f up, public servant.
Okay.
Vance did a good job.
Good.
You acted like a bully, got out of your car, got this close within my face like you wanted to kiss me. Are you serious? You want to do all this bully tough guy shit? If I wasn't wearing this uniform, you wouldn't be talking to me like that. Is that public service? Or is that bully tough guy?
Why are you so angry?
Why? Oh, why am I so angry? You supervisor? I'm not talking to peons anymore. No offense, Vance, you were cool.
Officers in the area.
What was this called? Violence suppression or something?
There's a tragic comedy to what happened next. Martinez, now completely out of control, actually blamed the man filming for provoking him. Think about that. A cop with a gun, a badge, and a radio claimed he was powerless because a guy with a camera made him emotional. And some people wonder why officer safety is losing credibility fast.
That's hilarious. Violence suppression? Was that what? Yeah, and the officer got out of his car to get in my face and tell me if he wasn't wearing his uniform, I wouldn't be doing this. But your violence suppression, that's fucking hilarious. Shut the f. I'm taking advantage?
You're playing games.
I'm taking advantage? Did I make you get out of your car? Did I make you get out of your car and do this? Did I make you do this?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
That's
yes I
your
did.
intention. Your intent is to
So
create
you're
problems.
weak-minded? You let me control you like that? You let me control you like that? You just told me that I made you do this, so you let me control you?
Sneak up behind my car and start recording me.
Sneak up behind your car, I walked up to
I
your
don't know
window,
who you are. You're staring at me.
I don't give a f what you know or what you don't know.
cannot do that,
I don't
right?
care.
Okay,
What law
well,
says I can't do that?
For my safety.
What law?
You cannot do that, all right?
Officer safety is not a law, you d-
Doesn't matter. It's my safety.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
The real danger isn't the officers who break the rules, it's the ones who think they are the rules. Martinez spoke like the law bent to his personal outrage overrode the Constitution. When someone dared remind him otherwise, he labeled it instigating because to him, the real crime wasn't disobedience, it was disrespect.
Shit up. You're law enforcement. Law enforcement. Enforce the law or shut. Literally f***ing retarded, bro. You just want to act tough and you just can't be a public servant, huh? Want to be a bully tough guy.
We need help with.
Shut the f*** up. I need your supervisor now.
Right?
Yeah, okay. That's what we've been waiting for.
Doing, right?
What?
You don't need my help. You just
What?
want to create problems, right? That's
I didn't
what
need your
you
help in the first place.
Okay, why'd you
I
come
didn't
up to
ask
my
you to
car
get
then?
out of your car.
Why'd you come up to my
Because
car
I
then?
can and I will.
They don't
This is America,
instigate.
land of the f***ing
You're
free.
instigating. You're
I'm instigating.
That's what you're doing. You're playing games.
Did I instigate you, Vince? We had a was it a polite conversation? Did it end cordially? Okay. I was what now?
You're instigating.
Oh,
Authority without self-restraint is just ego in uniform. Martinez didn't leave his car to enforce the law, he left it to prove a point to flex. But real authority doesn't crumble when challenged. The louder they shout, the clearer it becomes. They were never standing on solid ground to begin with. And Martinez's meltdown proved that better than words ever could.
what are we? 5:29 p.m. Thursday, November 17th. We're on Franklin and 9th Street in downtown Oakland. Officer M. Martinez of the Oakland Police Department wanted to get out of his car, get in my face, and start an altercation, only to say that I was instigating. Making up fake give me space laws and officer safety, boo-hoo, blah, blah, bullshit. Like I said, I know better. I'm not one of these fucking peons that just submits and does whatever you tell him to. You have no authority over me unless I break the law. I bet that eats away at you right now, because you can't do shit.
It doesn't matter to me.
Then why'd you get out of your car to act tough?
Because we're on my face. Simple as that.
I don't give a
Okay.
what you want.
Okay. All right. Now you
I
know
don't
why
give
I
a
got out of the car.
what you want.
Now you know why I got out of the car. Right?
to act tough and
At one point, Officer Martinez realized he wasn't the one in control anymore. The weight of his overreaction settled onto his shoulders, and all he could do was stand there frozen, while the man he had tried to intimidate spoke with calm certainty of someone who knew he had already won. Pride doesn't get erased in a moment, but this was the start of a fall that couldn't be stopped.
Window, ask a question. You want to get.
it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. You're a public servant.
All right. Well, then I have rights too. Okay. I have rights to protect myself. I want my space. How about that?
You have to protect yourself from a camera.
I know who you are.
You are a female.
Okay.
Did you have? Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. We got body cams going. Anybody got a decibel reader? You want to read my voice? Am I yelling too loud? What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong?
In the end, there wasn't a single Officer Martinez to hide behind. The man with the camera had exposed every weak spot in his authority, and all Martinez had to offer in return was silence. Maybe it struck him, just for a second, how foolish he looked standing there in uniform with no law to back him up. But once you start wearing a mask of authority, it's hard to take it off, even when everyone can see right through it.
Yes, was I yelling too loud then? Am I breaking the law right now? No? No smart ass tough guy shit? You got nothing to say now? Amazing. Amazing. All this shit for, I mean, I know you guys are probably just chilling anyways, no offense. I guess this is kind of cool for you, but what a waste of resources. I need a backup unit. Some man's pointing a camera at me. Pulled his mask up to wipe his tears away, little bitch. Bet it eats away at you, you can't swing.
Martinez probably imagined he could walk away still holding on to a shred of dignity, but that illusion shattered the second he realized the man wasn't afraid to call him out, loud enough for everyone to hear. It wasn't the words that stung the most, it was the fact that someone dared to speak them. Public defiance is a mirror fragile authority can't bear to look into for long.
Do my words hurt you that bad? Does my freedom of speech hurt your feelings that bad, Martinez? Did your mommy not cuddle you enough at night? What's your problem? I don't give a who's laughing. I don't give a all of this shit because you wanted to get out of your car and act tough. I can't stand on the sidewalk and video record my public servant, Martinez? Is that what you're telling me?
I told you already.
Sniveling still sniveling. It's hilarious how they try to act, oh, he's just yelling, some crazy guy. But you're the one who started this. D. Vance didn't need backup unit. I walked away from D. Vance all the way up to you.
4 officers stood there, summoned like backup for a hostage rescue, but there was no hostage, no crime, no threat, only a bruised ego demanding protection. One man, one camera, and a city block full of cops trying desperately to pretend that something dangerous was happening. It wasn't public safety they were fighting for, it was the scraps of control they refused to admit they had already lost.
And then you called backup, wasting all these resources. I didn't waste these resources. I didn't call for backup. I didn't ask for police service. I didn't dial 911. Absolutely pathetic. Some real crime. Why don't you get to work? Gonna find out about me. Yeah. Gonna find out about me real soon.
strong arms have been built up.
2 strong-armed suspects. Here we got 4 officers for one.
By the time the 5th officer arrived, the situation had fully collapsed into farce. 5 officers, no crime, no supervisor was willing to take responsibility, and one man exercising his rights without fear. Every fresh badge in the scene only deepened the humiliation. What they were fighting wasn't violence, it was the unstoppable spread of truth recorded in real time for the world to see.
Words. That's crazy. Are you supervisor? 5th unit. Are you supervisor? Nope. So we got a 5th unit on scene now. Absolutely pathetic.
For someone weighing down by weapons, bulletproof gear, and the supposed strength of state, Officer Martinez looked like he might crumble at the sight of a camera. No weapons, no shouting, no threat, just a lens, recording what pride and fear could do to someone who forgot the meaning of service. And in the back of his mind, Martinez must have known this moment would follow him far beyond that sidewalk.
Man, this is sad. You feel better now, baby? You comforted? You feel safe now? Don't you? Well, you already have a gun and a taser. What are you so scared for? What'd you need backup for? Could you answer that at least? What'd you need backup for? In case you wanted to start a physical altercation and have your gang members back you up? Is that what it was for? I don't have any weapons. I don't even have sharp nails. Why are you tearing up, Martinez? Damn, that's gonna be a good thumbnail right there. Hey, you ever watch YouTube? You know those YouTube people? Yeah, look for yourself in a few days, bitch. You're gonna be famous for sure.
17 minutes of nothing. Nothing but a fragile ego unraveling in front of a silent, unimpressed audience. Officer Martinez stood there like a man who still believed he had something to prove, but all he had proved was how easily power without wisdom collapses when it's challenged. If he ever has to review his own body cam footage, he won't just see a bad night, he'll see a mirror he can't escape.
It's crazy. Still standing there acting tough. What were you doing anyways? In the car? We all know you weren't doing public service. You're violence suppression, but you want to bully a citizen for exercising his constitutional rights on a public sidewalk? Shook his head yes. What a... Bet he's gonna study his body cam footage from this one. You want a clear shot of my face? What a huge waste of time. 16 minutes, almost 17 minutes now. Did I make you do this? Did I make you do this, Martinez? Oh, what was I thinking? I dare you to point a flashlight in my eyes. I dare you.
By the time they had physically blocked a man from walking down the sidewalk, any illusion of professionalism was done. No loss cited, no crimes committed, just uniforms used as barriers against the simple reality they had no legal ground to stand on. They weren't protecting the public anymore, they were protecting each other from embarrassment. They failed at that too.
You supervisor?
You have to wait. You gotta wait for it.
What law says I have to? What law says I have to?
You have to
I'm on a public sidewalk.
You have to interview him.
Do
first.
not touch me.
I'm not gonna touch you. Stop moving.
Stop moving. I'm not allowed to move
You
on a
have to
public
interview
sidewalk.
him first.
Excuse me.
She has to interview
Stay
him
back
first.
or what? Stay back or what? What's your name?
My sergeant.
What is your f***ing name? Amini. Fuck up, Amini. You don't tell me shit. This is hilarious.
She's gonna talk to you as soon as she's done.
Thank you, Vance. You're cool, bro.
As soon as she's done, she's gonna talk to you. This is policy.
Nah. Policy says you have to physically block a member of the public from walking on a public sidewalk. What a bunch of dumbasses. You never played football, stupid?
You good?
He was just harassing me, Sarge. Fucking piece of shit. What's your badge number?
9904.
Two complaint forms. What's your name? E. Jordan. Can I have badge number? 9070.
The sergeant's arrival should have been a turning point, a chance to restore some measure of order and accountability. But instead, it only revealed how deep the rot had spread. Excuses piled up quickly. Body cams finally flicked on, but only after everything important had already happened. They were there to help rewrite it after the fact.
P. Nash is the sergeant on scene. So she now turned her body cam on? How come we didn't have body cam on for his conversation, Sarge?
Would you like to speak with me?
Yeah, I would if you don't mind. I'm gonna stand right here on a public sidewalk. You guys don't tell me where to go. I haven't broken any laws. They've been telling me where to go. You just told me where to go. See, there's a condescending shit already. You don't give a fuck about what happened, do you? I'll have to talk to a lieutenant. What's your badge number?
9027.
All right, fuck up. I already know you're not gonna do a thing for me. You just wanna bullshit me. What are you gonna do about it? And do I have freedom of speech in America? 4 officers and a sergeant.
If you thought a supervisor would bring discipline, you're still thinking too highly of the system that protects officers like Martinez. What we saw instead was a masterclass in institutional failure. No correction, no consequences, just a shrug. And a quiet hope that the public wouldn't notice how hollow the badge had become when placed in the hands of people like this.
Words being spoken. You are a... What a pathetic... Is there a law that says I can't record inside his window?
Does something have to be a law or against the law for someone to ask you not to do it?
Are you law enforcement?
We're also human.
Are you law enforcement? That was a question. Do you enforce the law for a living?
Yes.
Or are you on personal time right now? Personal opinions do not matter right now.
I'm not going to have a conversation with you.
I didn't ask you to have a conversation with me.
I'm not
You gonna cry about words being spoken like Martinez? What a bunch of bro.
The real fear gripping Officer Martinez that night wasn't violence. It was the realization that a simple, steady gaze and a camera were enough to tear down the illusion of untouchable authority. When power relies on submission instead of respect, even a silent witness can feel like a revolution. And Martinez wasn't trained to handle revolution, he was only trained to demand obedience.
I'm asking you.
Do something. Stop staring at me and acting like a bully, or do something. Okay. Then stop staring me down. You're acting like a bully for what, 20 minutes straight now? Staring me down? Tell me, oh, if I wasn't in this uniform, you wouldn't be doing that. You're a...
Ephraim. I get a cover unit at
You fucking... You need cover for a camera, you little... I need a cover unit. You're a... You got out of your car to get in my face and start an issue for nothing. You're a pussy. I need a cover unit for a camera.
I don't need
You're
a
a worm. You are a worm.
I don't need a cover
You
unit.
got at...
Ephraim. I get a cover unit
Maybe Officer Martinez thought this man would break, but instead it was Martinez who broke under the pressure of being held accountable. In the end, there were no arrests, no crimes to report, no victory to claim. There was only a long, slow walk back to his car, under the heavy gaze of a citizen who refused to bow. If there's a lesson here, it's that true power never needs to shout. It simply stands. Meet Officer Michael Bryant, a sergeant with the Daytona Beach Police Department. You'd think a decade on the force and a sergeant's stripes would mean a deep respect for the law, but tonight Sergeant Bryant showed the cameras something entirely different. A masterclass in what happens when ego overtakes duty.
Just walk up to your car. I'm walking with you.
What are the cameras for?
They're documenting me, don't worry about them.
Am I going to be on TV or something?
What's your name?
Huh? I live in Ormond. My buddy lives up the road.
Miranda. Right here against the car. Spread your feet for me. Spread them. All right.
I'll read you something real quick, right, man? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used evidence against you. You have the right to talk to the attorney and have him or her with you now every time during questions. If you cannot afford an attorney, you won't be appointed to represent you. If any time you wish to stop talking and have your attorney present, I'll question you. Please stop answering the question. You understand these rights? With these rights in mind, do you want to speak with me? Or any of these officers? No? All right,
The answer is no? Okay.
Stop. No, I'm just on turn around for you. Oh, okay.
Sergeant Bryant didn't want to waste any time showing exactly who he was. When the man said he didn't want to talk, that should have been the end of it. But in Bryant's world, silence isn't protected, it's suspicious. So instead of honoring rights, he pushed harder, dragging the Fourth Amendment straight into the gutter while the cameras rolled.
We've got the one that's been trying to hide from me. I don't know where the other one went. He doesn't want to talk. All right, so that's loitering and prowling. You're under arrest for loitering and prowling.
Loitering for what?
Loitering and prowling.
I didn't do nothing.
You're in an area that you're not supposed to be
Yeah,
in.
I am.
Listen, let me explain it.
My friend lives right down the
Guess what?
street.
You said you didn't want to talk to us, so you got to listen now.
You're in an
Don't
area
talk,
that you're
just
not
listen.
supposed to be in. Fled from me, tried to hide from me, and you were hiding behind a trash can on somebody else's property. Okay, that's the statutory definition of loitering and prowling, my friend. You're out here doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
I didn't check the bag yet. I don't have gloves.
I got it.
Spread your feet. Keep them spread till we tell you not to, okay? All right, so this is exactly what we're talking about. We come out at night, we do proactive patrols because people are out here doing stuff they shouldn't do. Hiding when they see the cops, they're running.
Some officers love the spotlight more than the Constitution. Bryant made sure every second of a bad arrest was caught on camera. Wandering and growling, that's not probable cause, that's playground gossip dressed up as law. But throw in a whiff of weed and suddenly the cuffs come out. When you build suspicion first and hunt for evidence second, anything can look criminal.
Gloves on, I understand it's cold, but you're wearing shorts and gloves. Now, come on. You're up to no good. So we're going to search his property, see what he's got in there, if he's got burglary tools or any narcotics or contraband. He'll be charged with that also, but for right now, he's going to jail for loitering and prowling. Any burg tools or no?
Pliers? Yeah, it's like
Pliers?
I'm good with burg.
I'm good with burg tools
He's got
too.
a pocket knife. He's got the gloves on. He's got pliers in his bag.
Yep.
He fled from me and hid
And he
behind
lives
the
in
trash
Norman.
can.
He lives in Norman. He didn't have no.
Oh, wait, I can confirm something.
You said you didn't want to talk to us, so we cannot talk to you anymore, okay? Unless you want to rescind your rights. You want us to read them to you again? Okay, we'll read them to you one more time. Oh, you good? Okay. There's a little weed paraphernalia in there. You can tell. Yeah, he smokes. Is that a vial for prescription?
It's a prescription vape, marijuana vape.
I don't have his name.
No, that's not vape. It's
Regular
actually
cannabis?
marijuana. Yeah, this is supposed to be a vape cartridge. That's okay.
Bryant wasn't gathering facts, he was assembling a narrative. Disappearing down a street, hiding, walking by a trash can, ditching evidence. When every move is framed as guilty, no one stands a chance. It wasn't about what was real, it was about what Sergeant Bryant needed to be real to make the story stick.
You did a probation violation as well. Ready to start off the night?
Grinder, a little pipe as well.
Pipe. Yeah, a little marijuana grinder. Good stuff. Good job, my boy.
I told
I was just
buddy,
over here
dude. I
on a
told
bike
his buddy.
stop.
Well, I saw him the first time. The one he kicks it, and disappears.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the other one, just kind of shooting the shit with him. He's being pretty nice.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, you know, you guys probably need to start making your way home. It's getting late. He's like, yeah, I'm just trying to find him so we can go. So then I see him again over here on North Street. He disappears again. So I find the other guy again. I'm like, listen, you tell him if he hides from me again, the dog's coming out. So he's like, I'll tell him if I find him. And I find him up on Madison again now for the second time. He disappears again, and I find him hiding behind the trash can.
Holy crap. That's an X-Man in here. You want to see if he ditched anything?
I walked over there where the bicycle was.
The bike's over there?
Yeah, I gotta try to get somebody to transport it. I'll take a look in the area. But
We got PT, so
yeah, they want to come.
we'll go check the area.
Yeah, we'll go walk up. Dump anything?
Yeah. Hey, Damon, my cuffs are on him. Want to switch out?
All of this, the escalation, started because a man dared to exercise his right to silence. Think about that, a sergeant, someone sworn to uphold the Constitution, acting like the Fourth Amendment was just a suggestion. And if the arrest wasn't bad enough, he topped it with an illegal search, no warrant, no consent, just pure assumption of power.
Or I'll switch out. I'll switch out in a minute. Oh yeah, there's a bike right there. We're 100% up to no good, that's for sure. What's that?
He had a backpack on, like a full-size backpack. He was actually pretty nice. I talked to him a little bit.
Right. Yep. Just want to make sure he didn't toss anything that the officer may not have seen. Sometimes they'll toss a gun or something real quick. So we'll do a quick little cursory search, and if he finds something, he'll get charged with that too. That's a good doggy. That's a good doggy. Doing your job. Good job.
There's a particular smugness that comes when officers think no one's watching or think no one cares. Brian joked about how bikes were the theme tonight, casually reducing human beings into trends like they were a series of checkboxes on a slow night's work. That's the danger, when people stop being people and start being punchlines.
Bikes all night. It's the theme tonight, baby. Bikes. You gonna call Carla?
He said he's not on any paper.
Are you quick? Alright. So, that's good. He's not on probation. But we can still... Hey, chill, man. Who's that calling? Your buddy? Who do you think it is?
Let me see.
Who do you think it is?
Probably my mom.
Who you was with tonight?
Huh?
Who you was with tonight?
What?
What up?
Hey, don't say shit.
He with us now. Where you at?
Hey, don't come. Go. Hey, go, bro. Don't say nothing.
You know the kid you were with?
At some point, Brian stopped seeing citizens and started seeing property. The way he talks about our city and how we run things says it all. A simple call between teenagers was twisted into a conspiracy, not because it made sense, but because the real crime was daring not to submit fast enough to his authority.
Didn't ask his name.
He wasn't listening.
Hi, Bob. Hey, I got him ID. Yeah. You got an ID. You got an ID.
It's kind of what they do. They communicate, you know. If they see the lights, their buddy will be somewhere watching us and call, see if he's good or not, if we called him. So that's probably his buddy called me, and I answered the phone. He just said, yo, and then he got quiet. He hears buddy yelling, don't say nothing, go get away. They're up to something, you know. They could be breaking in cars, they could be trying to meet up with girls for all you know, they could be trying to buy dope. We don't know. But the point is, when you see the law enforcement trying to stop you, and you take off running, we're coming to get you. You're not going to be creeping around in our city, committing crimes, and we're not going to let you get away with it. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way we run things in Daytona. They don't.
When officers stop investigating actions and start policing reputations, you see exactly how broken the system becomes. Brian wasn't interested in what happened tonight. He was interested in labels, street clicks, histories, building profiles, instead of gathering facts. Once you're profiled, the truth becomes irrelevant. Guilt is just a matter of time.
But ask somebody.
Flyers, tag those together.
Yep. All right. That's what I'm talking about. You know, there's a kid. He's in your car or Damon's car?
He's in these.
He's in Damon's? Yeah. There's a kid named. Who gets in trouble around here a lot. And when that.
White kid.
Yes.
He used to live over on Beachside. He used to live over on Beachside.
Do you have can you pull a juvenile picture of him? And maybe show it to K9, see if that's who he's with?
He's in the white too. He's in the young Jits thing. He's in the young. He's the only white kid in the young Jits group.
Yeah, but you put him up in that. See if that's the kid you were talking to.
Yeah.
If it is, he might be on probation.
He lives around He lives around this area.
He never tried to run.
In the end, the man was arrested for loitering and prowling. The catch-all charges that don't require evidence, only suspicion. No real investigation, no serious questions asked. Just a couple of bored officers eager to flex their authority and remind everyone who's in charge. But they didn't remind people of power, they reminded people of why trust keeps disappearing. And now Sergeant Bryant's lesson on abuse of power is plastered across the social media for the world to see. So what do you think? Should they be fired? Let us know in the comments and wait until you see what's coming next. This time, everything started right after a routine cop watch up the street. One man, one camera, just observing, exercising his rights. Moments later, not even 2 miles away, a light bump in traffic changed everything. No one called for help, no one needed police, yet 2 cruisers materialized like sharks smelling blood in the water, and that's when the simple tap turned into something much bigger.
Officer Carter took 138.
138. All right. Well,
Gotta make sure he's active. All right.
no, that ain't how it goes, bud. That ain't amendment for nothing unless they committed a crime.
You guys good?
Seriously.
Seriously, I do.
I'm counting on you, man. You know, and like I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm very strict on my constitutional rights and the people.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
This guy just rear-ended me.
You guys exchange information?
You know, I don't see no damage to my car. I was just rear-ended 2 weeks ago too, man, and this was what happened. You hit me here.
Yeah.
So I don't see any damage.
No, I haven't seen it.
So we're good, buddy. All right, man.
Sorry.
Just be careful, all right, buddy? Don't. These guys can't ask you for a license. Don't give them nothing, okay?
What's going on, sir?
Nothing. He's good. He's good. He just tapped me.
Yeah.
I was just up there filming you guys. They arrested somebody.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Excuse me, sir. Second person at 9 Juliet Foxtrot 852. That's 9 JF 852. This is your car here, sir?
Yep.
Okay.
What's your name and badge?
Officer Carter took 138.
138. All right.
The officers treated a minor fender bender like the opening act of a criminal investigation. One officer demanded ID, not because of any crime, but because the road was public. That's all it took in his mind. While one man, maybe nervous, handed over his information, the other stood his ground. Calmly, clearly, he invoked the Fourth Amendment, forcing the officers to confront a truth they clearly hadn't been trained to handle.
We're good, man. You know what I mean? He got no damage. I got no damage.
This vehicle's in your name?
It's in my name.
Okay, awesome. And it's in my mom's name. Okay, can I see your license, please?
For what do you want his license for?
Gotta make sure he's active. All right.
No, that ain't how it goes, bud. You know, people, this is what I do for a living, right? I film these police, right? I protect people's rights, And watch it, see if he gets my license. Watch this, you know? Don't even ask me for a license, buddy. If you don't think I got one, you wait till I pull out of here. You get a reason to pull me over, and then you ID me, okay? I don't give up my Fourth Amendment for nothing unless I committed a crime.
You guys good?
Remember this car, because you'll see it around. I'm sure you know me anyways, or you'll hear.
Videos, yeah.
Yeah, you see my videos, so do the right thing for the people. You shouldn't have ID'd him, bro. I said everything was cool.
No, so
there was no
make
crime
sure
committed.
He's driving on a public way, right? So.
It doesn't matter. You can't just ask somebody for a license because you want to see if they're freaking active. They got to do something to get pulled over. You didn't pull us over. You know what I mean? You just pulled up on
street. Yeah, sir.
It doesn't matter. I can park here all day if I want. Know the laws, buddy. This is our street. We own these streets, bro. We own these streets.
What should have been a quick conversation turned into a tension-filled standoff. One officer, just 6 months into his badge, clung to his script, "We need to make sure it's active." Meanwhile, the man kept pushing back, not with anger, but with facts. And it's in these moments, when the badges and cameras meet, that real battles for power are fought and exposed.
Use protect and serve, not ID when you want. Because you want to make sure somebody's active. Let me see your ID. You got a license? Let me get your license, bro. Let me see if you're active. You don't even got a right to carry. You're exempt from that because you're a cop, okay? Because you don't need a right to carry. They give you the right. Your police station gives you the right, okay? Don't tell me. I know, buddy. I know what I'm talking about. All right. How long you been a cop for?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. So you know. Okay? You did 6 months of training and you've been a cop for 6 months. Okay. You know nothing. You don't know the law. Don't ask people for IDs. Right. It's like crack to you guys, okay, pal? That's a Fourth Amendment violation, right? Does the Constitution say we are to be secured in our papers, places, and things? Huh?
What do you mean by that?
That's what the Constitution says. We are to be secure in our places, papers, and things. That means my car. I have the right to secure my car. Yeah. Okay? Well, you guys like to pull people over for tinted windows, right? To look inside private property, right?
No, I don't agree with that.
So you don't pull people over for tinted windows?
When idiot cops get outsmarted by educated citizens, the outcome is brutal. It's not just about getting owned in public, it's about losing so badly. That's exactly what's starting here. This rookie officer, barely 6 months on the force, found himself exposed, powerless, and about to learn the hard way that ignorance behind a badge doesn't protect you from consequences.
Well, you will, because the chief over here will instruct you to do so, and if you don't, you lose your job. That's why people hate cops, because if you don't do what you're told, your career's gone. Oh. And it's a career, and it's not a job, it's a career, right? Okay. I got a job, I'm a roofer. I could lose my job any day, right? I'm not protected by qualified immunity like all the police are, right? Listen to what I'm saying, buddy, because I know what I'm talking about. You know? And stop IDing people when you don't have to.
I'm IDing him because he's on a public way.
I don't care. That doesn't give you the right.
If you're not active, then guess what? You can't be driving on the streets.
Well, guess what? If you think he's active or not, it doesn't matter. Okay? You have to have reasonable, articulate suspicion that this guy committed a crime, is about to commit a crime, or is wanted for committing a crime to get an ID from him. Period. Did you hear what I just said? Listen to what I'm saying, because these...
What's more alarming than the overreach is the officer's confusion when it was pointed out. He didn't back off because he respected the law. He backed off because he realized there was no injury to excuse further escalation. It wasn't about principle, it was about optics. And when citizens have to guide the police back toward the law they swore to uphold, you know something's broken beyond repair.
You want to do that now?
No, I said we're all set. I don't need his information. I'm not hurt. He's not hurt. The cars are not hurt.
Okay, very good.
You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
So the cars are clear? We're good to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So another thing, right? That you can do. You can run anybody's plate on the street, right? But you usually got to have a reason to do it. And if you don't, you're abusing your authority with walkie-talkie to run plates and shit, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you this shit for your own good. I'm not trying to be a prick to you, okay?
I hear you.
I'm very highly on my constitutional rights and the people's constitutional rights. That's why I'm out here risking my freedom and my rights to show the people that you don't have the authority. You got no authority over me whatsoever. None. You know what I mean? Because I'm pulled over on the side of the road. I can sleep here if I want. This is my street. We pay taxes for these streets. These are our streets, not the police's street, not the police station to tell you where you can park and where you cannot park, okay? Now, I can't park in the middle of the street because now I'm obstructing traffic, right? But if I'm off to the side, I'm not obstructing traffic. So, I mean, read the Constitution, really, because I'm the only one around, not the only one around right now, but there's a couple around here right now. This place is going to be flooded. It's going to get to the point where when you pull somebody over...
The man didn't just defend himself, he pulled the curtain back. He spoke openly about the pressure that trickles down through departments, the expectation of authority over understanding, the culture that breeds control without accountability. And still, all the officer could offer was the same empty line, just making sure you're active. As if that alone justified everything.
Their camera's going on.
Yeah.
So you better make sure you pull them over for a good reason. See this car?
I do.
Yep. Look at this car. You see the state police sticker in the back window? Right next to it's a freaking camera. So if you ever think you're gonna pull me over and get my ID off me, you better make sure I went to a red light, and you better have it on dash cam or something, because I got it on cam. You're not gonna get me, you know what I mean? And I will go to jail. You can cuff me and stuff me, then I'll sue the hell out of you. And I'm sure, oh, you haven't heard that because you've only been on the job for 6 months. But you're gonna hear that 1,000,000 times on the job. I do this for a living, okay? Not full time, but when I do go full time, I'm gonna try and straighten this town out. I'm gonna try and straighten these offices out. I gotta start with your sergeants at the top, okay? Because they tell you what to do, and if you don't do it, you don't get hours, and then you'll end up getting fired. I already know the code of silence. I've been through the whole schmeal deal. You know what I mean? Investigations after investigations, you know, and just collecting data just like you guys do, right? Just like when everybody, you just ran his plate, you ran my plate.
Yep.
For no reason.
No,
For,
like I said, so...
For no reason.
You want to hear me out for a second? So, you're operating a public way, so I'm just making sure you guys are active. You guys are good, so...
Okay. One, everybody on the streets operating in a...
In this officer's mind, simply standing on a public street was reason enough to be questioned, documented, inspected. That's the real danger, when suspicion is no longer about behavior, but mere existence. The man spelled it out clearly. Government suspicion must be earned, not assumed. But in a culture where power equals access, that idea almost sounded foreign to the officer's ears.
You stopping him saying, do you got a license? Do you got a license?
Sorry,
do you got a license?
You were involved in a crash, and I pulled over.
And we didn't call the police. We didn't call the police. We don't need you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're not needed here.
All right.
So that, for that reason, you shouldn't have ID'd this kid. You should have waited till he drove away, ran his freaking plate. Oh, it doesn't come back. There's a young kid driving it. It comes back to an older lady. That might give you reasonable articulate suspicion to pull him over and to see if he's got a license, okay?
Yeah.
But other than that, you just don't say, oh, he's on a public way, so I gotta make sure that he's active. No, it don't go like that, buddy.
Well,
because
it's
every
not
single
that
car
it's a
here
crash,
could
yes.
not be active,
It was
and you
a
don't know shit
vehicle
because
crash, okay.
you ain't made
All right,
contact
so you
with
guys
him.
are good? All right. What I'm gonna do is just stay here till you guys pull off, all right? So, very good. Thank you. Yep.
I'm gonna give you a card, right?
What rattled the officer wasn't the words, it was the certainty. This wasn't a citizen fumbling through half-remembered phrases. This was someone who knew exactly where the line was, and who made it clear that the badge didn't erase it. Knowledge like that doesn't just protect the individual, it spreads. And that's exactly what departments fear most: informed resistance.
Check me out. Go on my channel. On the other side, there's another auditor. You can check him out too, and just watch us, right? And watch the way we deal with cops, okay? And watch how they walk away because they can't do shit. Because they don't have the authority that everybody thinks they have. They don't. Because he's got blue lights and a cruiser and a badge and a gun. Don't give him no more authority than me and you, other than if somebody's doing a crime. Other than that, he's just like a security guard. You know what I mean? Their job is to observe and report. But they think they can put their hands on people and shit. It don't happen, man. And if it does happen to you, you get in touch with me. My channel, you go to my About channel, my email's in there and shit. You can get in touch with me anytime you want. You know what I mean? If you need my help on something, if you feel that these guys violated your civil rights in any way, You know, and
There were no raised voices, no threats, just a camera steadily recording, a witness that couldn't be intimidated, edited, or erased. Without that camera, that ID would have been taken without a second thought, and the report rewritten however they liked. But when someone knows their rights and documents them, the badge suddenly loses its monopoly on truth.
do me a favor, my friend. Whenever you deal with these guys, right here, everybody's got one. Put your camera on them, okay? Because that's another First Amendment right. That gives us the right to film our public servants in the course of their duties, whether it's in town hall, the registry, anything that got to do with the government, federal buildings, okay? So just, you got to know your rights, because, and then people like him won't come up to you and say, hey, you got an ID? Because he just literally stole your identification.
I gave it to him.
Yeah, you gave it to him because why? Because you feel that if you didn't, right, that he could take it a step further, right? He would have, right? He would have took it a step further. I don't know. You might know him personally. I don't know. No, but I'm counting on you, dude. Seriously.
Seriously, I do.
I'm counting on you, man. You know, and like I said, I'm not trying.
In the end, the rookie officer walked away with a lesson he won't forget. And maybe you will too. Never let intimidation replace your rights. Never surrender knowledge for convenience. The more people who stand firm, the fewer opportunities officers have to cross those lines unchecked. Wouldn't you agree? Because if you think this encounter was outrageous, brace yourself. The next story plunges even deeper into how bad it can get, and trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.